They threw the shade, try to block the sun. They say it's lies, we've just begun. They spin their lies like a web of silk. We cut through fraud sharper than steel. They call it passive, but the scheme ain't clean. Dreams sold on the back of a fake machine. Ash plays the king in a cardboard crown. We're here to flip his kingdom upside down. Victory with us, she screams all day, but say is a name, making fraud decay. No more victims, no more schemes. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams. He builds his castles out of air and smoke. Promises riches, leaves the people broke. Pyramid walls, they crumble fast. When truth steps in and shadows don't last. We see the scripts, we know the play. Same old hustle, just a different day. But we're the voice, the ones who fight. Lighten up the dark with the people's might. Victory with us, she screams all day. When the say is up, nay, making fraud decay. No more victims, no more schemes. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams. Victory with us, she screams all day. When the say is up, nay, making fraud decay. No more victims, no more schemes. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams.
We are the naysayers, the sayers of nay. On this Friday, we rise, we don't play. No room for your schemes, no tricks, no traps. We see through your glitter, your promises collapse. Oh, the towers you build, oh, the lies you distill. We won't drink from your gilded well. We say nay to the false gold you display. We are the sayers of nay, and your schemes will decay. Yes, your schemes will decay. You climb to the top on the backs of the weak, but we're the voice they didn't know they'd seek. Your pyramids crumble, your empire shakes. Our voices are thunder, your foundation breaks. Nay, nay, we say nay. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now on this Friday. We are the light, we'll lead the way. We say nay, to the false gold you display. We are the sayers of nay, and your schemes will decay. Yes, your schemes will decay. Your schemes Still you'll catch your time. Hey, Mike. Naysayers don't play, we speak what's true. OnPassive scheme ain't meant for you. Ash got plans to steal your soul. We won't lead you down that hole. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey, Ash and his game wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. We won't be silent, gonna raise our voice. Speaking facts, ain't no choice. Break the chains of a dirty scheme. Naysayers live in a dream. Promises of gold, but all you get is smoke. Ash's empire, just a joke. Naysayers stand up, keep it real. We cut through lies like sharpened steel. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey,
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone. They said they were going to be late today, but they have just started.
That was an update. This week is an update. And I ask you to concentrate on what we're telling you because a lot of it is straight from Ash and it's the right message. So I tell people who ask me, is this true? Listen to what we're telling you from last week, from today until the future, because we're telling you the truth and we're giving you as much transparency as we can give you right now. On that note, I want to pass it over to my beautiful sister, Julie Nguyen. Julie, go for it.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, Susie. Hello, Mike. Good to see you, Mike. Hello, everyone. I want to take this moment to share some clarity around what is happening right now, especially regarding the current phase. As we previously mentioned, Mr. Ash Mufareh has been in the process of selecting a number of individuals to be part of a smaller, more focused group. This group is being formed very carefully and very intentional. And I want to be very clear about something. This is absolutely not about who's more qualified or who deserves more than others. There are many and countless of individuals in our community who are capable, loyal, and fully deserving. This selection is simply based on purpose. It's about creating a manageable and focused group that can contribute to discussion, alignment, and help shaping how information will be communicated as we move forward. From what we understand, this purpose is now in its final stages. A number of individuals have already been selected, and the remaining portion is being reviewed and finalized, likely in the next few days. Once that is complete, Mr. Ash Mufareh will be conducting a private meeting with this group to share more concrete information about different aspects of what's coming. And from there will be alignment on what can be shared with a broader community. So this is structured, rolled out. Not everything at once, like we said before, but everything in the right order. And most importantly, everyone still has a fair opportunity moving forward. This is simply about communication, clarity, and building the right foundation. With that, I'd like to pass over to Mike Ellis. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for passing it over to me. You know, it really is a privilege to be able to come on and give the information that Ash has been sharing with us, to transfer to you all, to show you that we are moving forward in a major way. And again, this is not the old, this is the new, totally new. And you really need to unpack the old and come into the new and stay there. You know, over the last, I'd say the last month or so, I've had the opportunity to listen in on different conversations. And to say that I'm genuinely excited really is an understatement. Not too many of you know, I don't share this with too many people. I haven't shared it with Susie or Chris or Julie, but I do talk to Mr. Mufareh occasionally. And as I've talked to him over the last month or so, you can't believe what's going on. I'll get to that in just a second. But the whole method that he's using to move the business forward, it has completely changed. Yes, it's words, but it's mindset, it's approach, it's everything that goes in to building a business that has tremendous longevity. So when you think about the old, get rid of it, guys, because it's gone. It's not out there. Mr. Mufareh is doing stuff you can't even imagine. What can I tell you about what Mr. Mufareh has said? I can tell you that we've talked about the business a little bit. We've talked about product a little bit. We've talked about the rollout a little bit. And although I can't get into the details with you right now, they are coming. Mr. Mufareh, there will come a day he's going to come out and he's going to say, run, just release the hounds, tell them everything. But today I'm here to tell you things are happening that will just blow your mind. Is it real? Oh yeah, it's real. It's realer than you can even imagine. And it's shaping up in a way that when you see it, you will not be disappointed. Things are going to be happening and you're just going to be doing your happy dance. You really do need to let go of the old and just focus totally on the new. The impact that Mr. Mufareh is going to have on you and I is phenomenal. And the thing that drew me in the most was one little statement that Mr. Mufareh made. He will impact the market this year. We're not talking years. I don't even think we're talking months. Mr. Mufareh, he is rocking and rolling. He is getting it done. And Chris talked about Mr. Mufareh disappearing. Oh, no. Mr. Mufareh, he's working like a dog. When he's ready to come out, he's going to come out. He's going to shock you all. This is going to be so exciting for each and every one of us. I'm probably going a little bit too long here. But when I start to think about Mr. Mufareh, when I start to think about the business, when I start to think about what he's doing, all of a sudden, my day just changes. And whether it's gray outside, the sun comes out and things are looking pretty. So, guys, listen to what we're saying. Listen to what Susie said. Listen to what Chris said. Listen to what Julie's had to say. And then get ready because the information is going to be coming. I wish I could share more with you today. You would not sleep for a week. I could pick one talk. I could pick traffic. We could talk about traffic for a week. You would not sleep for the next week. It is amazing what he is doing. I'll end it there. I'm going to turn it back over to Susie. It's great talking to everybody. Get ready. Your life's about to change. Go ahead, Susie.
Well, wow. Mike, that kind of wrapped things up. Thank you. Thank you, Chris, Julie, Mike, for being here. Like we all said, share this with other people. Listen to what was said here. And we are going to be in touch very, very soon. So have a great day, everyone. And thanks again for all your support. And Ash appreciates.
Wow. Wow. That was amazing. Fabulous job, guys. So they came on here to announce that it will be this year, guys. It'll be this year no matter what. Yeah, all this hype for 15 minutes, kind of like a honeymoon. That wasn't my honeymoon, but I did pass out on my honeymoon. Wow. That was quite the fucking, I feel like that was scripted. I feel like Julie was reading. I'm not really sure what we're supposed to be excited about. I'm really not. I'm having a hard time because, in case you're new here, this company was shut down already by the SEC. All right, this is OnPassive. It was also known as Go Founders and O Founders before it was known as OnPassive. So this is another one of these MLM schemes that is rebranding. And as you can see, on August 15th of 2025, there was a final judgment. Now, in this final judgment, okay, Ash did not say that he was guilty of anything. So down here it says, without admitting or denying the allegations of the complaint, the defendants consented to entry of a final judgment that imposed permanent injunctive relief. So because of this line in this final judgment, even if the members of OnPassive come to this website and they read this, they in their minds say, oh, well, he didn't have to admit to the allegations. Therefore, he did not have to do, like, he didn't do it. Okay? This is the type of, like, gaslighting. This is the type of mental gymnastics that we're doing over here. But as you can see, according to this, the final judgment imposed on Mufareh an officer and director bar for a period of 8 years. They ordered him to pay a civil penalty of $4 million, and OnPassive LLC had to pay disgorgement of $26,220,000, like, you know what I mean? Plus pre-judgment interest, and they also got a civil penalty of $4 million. So although Ash did not admit or deny the allegations of the complaint, based on the judgment, obviously the guilt is implied. And I say that because you do not get an 8-year director's bar and these fines of over $8 million between you and your company. Plus, it doesn't get called disgorgement if it is good money. Okay? It is disgorgement because it is considered ill-gotten gains. It is considered money that he made ripping off you guys, the members of this thing, the people that are sitting here waiting for him. So because there's an 8-year director's bar, Ash Mufareh cannot do anything for you today. He isn't going to be able to do anything for you this year, next year, the year after. It is going to be 8 years. Mike Ellis just mentioned products, and my head nearly exploded all over my living room. Okay? Because what do you mean products? You cannot have products. All right? He is not allowed to promote anything. And we read through this entire thing. We've covered this extensively. We have gone through the court documents. We've read everything, covered it as it was happening, the whole thing. And I promise you, He is also not allowed to have other people promoting an opportunity on his behalf. Okay? He cannot run any kind of business where he sells products or where he pays a commission and where you guys have a team in the structure of an MLM. If he does these things, he is going against this final judgment. And then basically they can say, all right, you said fuck us. Well, fuck this then. We're coming after you. I emailed Devin Starrin and Michael Friedman about this webinar. Michael replied that they would investigate this. Ash admitted guilt by not going to trial to prove the SEC was wrong. Pretty much like they settled is what this is, right? The final judgment is basically them settling. And part of the settlement, I just need to remind you, is that Ash Mufareh's wife would no longer be listed as a relief defendant. I personally think that most of the reason why he went this route is because he was hoping that he would take his wife out of the picture. Hello, Mr. Level, good to see you. So his wife would no longer be involved. He wanted that. And then also so that in his mind, when this was over with, he could start a new scheme, which is kind of what he's trying to do now with this Victory with Ash platform, which they said it was going to be an educational platform. And as you can see, registration is closed. This is a trick. They are trying to trick you into believing that you are going to become a part of some elite club run by this Mr. Ash Mufareh, sir. And that he has the secret. This is what we do here on my channel, okay? We look for people who claim that they have the secret to life. They say, I have the secret to life. You should follow me. I have all the secrets. I'm going to tell you how to live. I'm going to tell you how to make money. I'm going to tell you how to be happy, how to fall in love, how to do all of the things that you wish you knew how to do. Follow me. Let me be your guru. And as long as you do every single thing that I say, then you will get there. We will all reach the promised land. Except none of these men have the secret, because unfortunately, the sad news that I have to break to people over and over again is that there is no secret. There is no secret key. There is no secret code. There is no thing that you can input into a computer that will make you a millionaire overnight by doing nothing, and that will fix all of your problems. Everyone wants the magical grail that will fix everything for them. And that is what these people promise to them. Okay? But they don't have it because it doesn't exist. So they're doing this because they love power. They like to control people. We talk a lot about coercive control. Oftentimes these lead to cults. I would consider this one to be a cult, as we've talked about extensively. So, they don't have the answer, but they're trying to trick you into thinking, oh, if I just join this Victory with Ash thing and I get to sit near Mr. Ash Mufareh, then I will have the secret. I get that key and I will be rich and I am going to have happiness. And that girl that I have a crush on will finally fall in love with me. And I'll go live happily ever after. Like it's the end of a Disney movie. It will be wonderful. You know what I mean? It's unfortunately, you're just being sold the dream of happiness. And that is not something you can buy. That is something that you have to find within yourself. It is part of the journey of life, is finding out what that is for you and then going and getting that for yourself. But I assure you there's no shortcut and there is no like secret key that you can put into your computer. So unfortunately, that's what they're trying to do, is create this secret club where you will basically just hang out there for 8 years. Like, I'm not really sure what the plan is after you join this, because as I said, he can't sell products, even though it sounds like they're talking about that. The second this man releases products, the SEC is going to come down on him. I don't think people realize he's already being watched by them. Guys, they were watching him before myself and the Recovering Unbought work because he was such a problem. When the SEC is already tracking you, you done already fucked up. Okay? When they're already like, this guy's a con artist, we need to keep an eye on him and stop whatever he does. All right? They had been tracking him since he did Ash Max. So they've been watching, and they are watching. And if they look away for a minute, myself or Chris McNair will write them. So I promise you, they are paying attention. Ash will not be able to release a product. You will not be able to sell a product to anyone. And no, he cannot have somebody else do an LLC in their name and then have him come. That's why it's a director's bar as well. He cannot be like the top guy in anything. He can't be the CEO. He can't be the CFO. He cannot be the CMO. He can't even be your God that you all praise without a title. He can't be anything in this in order for it to be legal. And this entire thing is surrounding him. In other words, there is no way for Victory with Ash to exist with it being legal. The only way it exists with it being legal is how it is right now, where you're all just sitting around doing nothing, hanging out. All right, there's, like I said, there's nothing illegal about just having a community or even a cult. Unfortunately, coercive control is very hard to prove, even where it is illegal. But the second you start selling, the second you start promoting, technically, like, even the stream from today is kind of an iffy gray area, right? So you got to be super duper careful. Jeffrey Morlock had to get deposed for the SEC. You don't want to end up in this thing, end up one of his elites, one of the people at the top of this, have him get in trouble by the SEC again, have him get sued for millions of dollars again, and then literally end up being one of the people that gets sued with him. I keep trying to stress the fact that oftentimes when these schemes do finally go down, and like the government has had enough and they're like, all right, that's it, let's go after this person, they won't just go after Ash Mufareh. See OneCoin. They are still arresting people with OneCoin to this day and suing them to this day. Not just Ruja. The top people here, people like Chris, Julie, Susie, Mike Ellis, might also end up going down. You don't want to be one of them. You do not want to be attached to this. You don't want to end up getting sued with Mr. Ash Mufareh for $108 million. If you join this thing because you needed money, I promise you, it will be a lot harder to get money when you owe $108 million with Mr. Ash Mufareh and his buddies to the SEC. That's the issue with these things. Ash may not have the secret, but does Victoria? Victoria with Ash. That actually sounds like a more fun company. Hello, Sam. Hello, City. That was like the third document in the court order. Yep. That's what I mean. Do us a favor and arrest Tanya. Right? I know. But that's the thing, is that she might end up getting in trouble. You know, like if she is seen, if this goes terribly, terribly wrong, which it seems to be going, when is everything gone right over here, you know? They will be looking at anyone that was at the top, anyone that was promoting it heavily, anyone who was like kind of a rule Nazi. Because they'll look at that person as obviously you were at the top because you were telling everyone what to do in all the groups. You were moderating all the chats. So you were obviously at the top of this thing. That's literally like what they would say, right? So there is a chance that people like Tanya. And that's why I say to people, like, don't get involved in these things. Because oftentimes you don't even know the background of this person. Like look at the BG Wealth and the Stephen Beard stuff. We have no clue who that guy is. He could be another Ash Mufareh with the director's bar and a fucking lawsuit looming. You think you're joining some company where you just type some code in and then make money, and all of a sudden you find out that you've actually been helping some guy run some child trafficking ring in Taiwan and launder money via the MLM company, and now the FBI is knocking on your fucking door. And like people think it's a joke. Like they're like, oh, just a little MLM. Go cover your little MLM things, queen. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what's actually going on here. Like how many times we've done this a million times where we've looked into a company and then we're like, oh, just trace the wallets back to somewhere that they shouldn't be, into something that they're not doing. And this one's already gotten in trouble for money laundering in Dubai. I can't tell you what they're connected to in Dubai. But it was enough for the Dubai police to say, we got to stop this. And that's all you should need to know about that. All right, when Dubai says, yo, listen, like, you guys are breaking the law, you guys are scamming people. All right, Dubai is where they don't have the regulations. Dubai is where all the scammers go to not get caught. And they got them in trouble. All right, they got them in trouble. And no, it wasn't just Muhammad Kamal, and I will go to my grave saying that. Because I don't believe that Mr. Ash Mufareh really did turn his back. All right. And had no clue what was going on. But again, that was his fall guy. Do you want to be his fall guy? You know what I mean? I know it seems like Ash Mufareh is this really cool guy to all of you and that you really want to be next to him and really be a part of what he's about. But I really have to advise against that very, very heavily. Based on the history of this, based on the SEC judgment, and based on the fact that we don't really know everything about this publicly right now. You know? And Dubai has no extradition treaty, not only with the US, like with anyone. Like they just don't extradite anywhere, basically. Okay? I don't think that they extradite anywhere. So like everyone flees there, you know what I mean? But the thing is that, like you just said, they had to have done something seriously wrong, you know, because Dubai doesn't often go, hey, this is bad. The Al-Bassat metro station in Dubai was taken out by a missile. Let's take that as a sign. Like this is just OnPassive rebranded. I mean, it's, if they're doing products, what do you think the products are going to be? Do you think that Ash Mufareh is all of a sudden going to pivot into peptide shakes? Probably not. Is he going to sell weight loss pills? Probably not. Keto coffee or mushroom coffee? Probably not. Like, it'll be the AI bullshit again. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the same thing. over and over again. And it's frustrating. And Chris also brought up earlier about how they say, oh, that they're picking their elite members. And he said there might not be any from India and PNG because Ash is prejudiced. Ash is racist. Ash doesn't like other races. And Ash has made that known that he doesn't like those people. You know what I mean? So we have this thing where he's like, you all get equal opportunity. But this man is a bigot and he doesn't know how to put his biases aside. And so you're not really going to get equal opportunity here. It's going to be him playing favorites like it already has been. And so the shitty part is a lot of people paid the $97 years ago, waited around, and now they're finding out that, yeah, it was all for nothing. You know, and that really sucks. Hello, Mark. We had a 10-minute update. It was 10 minutes long. We did miss what Chris was saying, though. Do you guys want to go back? I highly doubt that we missed anything that we had to hear. But we did miss, it was literally 11 minutes. We did miss the first couple minutes. So let's just go see what Chris said, you know? Might as well.
Well, hello, everyone. It's so good to see everyone again. First of all, we want to say a very, very big thank you for watching our last live. The response has been incredible. Tens of thousands of you have tuned in. And quite honestly, the feedback, the messages, the support, we really, really, really appreciate it. And you know something?
We're just playing again.
Very, very important. It tells us that you're here, you're paying attention, and you are ready. You know, over the past few days, we've had multiple conversations and phone calls with Ash, and I want to share this with you honestly. There is a different level of clarity, for sure, a different level of confidence, and a very, very noticeable growth in how he is approaching everything. You can feel the experience, you can feel the maturity, and most importantly, you can feel that this is a new level of doing business. And to me and to all of you, that should be very, very exciting. Because we truly can't wait for you to feel it yourself, to connect with him again and experience this. And you too can see how this will impact you. There's a shift happening and it's real. I feel it and everyone else is feeling it too. So thanks again for being here. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chris Johnson. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, scripted? What do you guys think? I feel like she's reading. You know, that's not her normal speaking tone and cadence and formal wear, right? Also, the way that they talk, like, oh, you'll get to be up here next to Ash Mufareh and connect with him again. Who is he, Lord Krishna? Like, what is going on? If I am near to Mr. Ash Mufareh, do I, like, pick up something from his aura touching me? Do I literally get a magical power? You know? Like, what does that mean? Like, what is this? You get to connect with him again. It's his fault I haven't connected with him. He hasn't been out here since October 21st. Why are you putting that on me? Acting like I'm the one that disconnected our relationship here, Susie. All right? It's like I'm on dial-up. I've been trying to get through, and he has a bad connection. Phyllis from The Office fell on our time.
Well, very good, Susie. Hello, Julie. Mike Ellis, welcome, my brother. It's good to see you. And hello to everyone out there that's watching. I want to take a moment to share my perspective because I believe this is very important.
You know what? I was going to continue on with my day, but I did. We had to rewatch this just to hear Chris Johnson's perspective, because I was like, there is no way that I could continue on with my weekend and my life if I don't know what Chris Johnson thinks about things. He's the most important one here, of course. So give it to us, Chris.
What I see now is different. It's a different approach, one that is grounded in facts and real progress and in what is actually happening on the ground.
Do you know what a fact is? A fact is when you state something and then I can go and check and see that it's true. So my question to you, Chris, would be, what facts have been shared with you from Ash Mufareh that you can then go and check out? You know what I mean? Like when he says to you, I'm able to sell this amazing product by the end of the year, I can pull up the final judgment and go, no, you're not. Not allowed to sell anything for 8 years. Sorry, dude. How do you fact check and know that he's telling the truth? Right? These are things you got to be asking yourself.
This is not about hopeful timelines or expectations based on assumptions. And boy, do we got a lot of assumptions out there.
Right? What was the approach prior? Just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks? And then end up like accidentally recruiting millions of people and then be like, ah, shit, I have a company now. What do I do?
This is about alignment, preparation, and making sure that when information is shared, it is backed by something real and solid. And from my understanding, that is.
He's definitely reading, and Susie is definitely following along with him while he's reading. So they had a conversation with Mr. Ash Mufareh, and he is now writing scripts for them to read live. If this couldn't get any more culty, they're telling them that they have to apply for an elite group. They have to all behave in order to get accepted to this elite group. No one knows what that means, by the way. That hasn't been defined to us. And then now they're getting scripts written out for them to read to everybody in the group. Wonderful. Just great.
That's exactly why Ash chose to take a step back from public communications for a period of time. Not to disappear, but to focus. I think you guys understand sometimes you got to turn things off to get things going. And that's what he's did. That's what he's done, excuse me. To make sure everything is lining up properly, to make sure that when we move forward, we move with clarity and with fewer chances for mistakes or misunderstandings.
Okay, but the thing is, it's like you had 8 years. Like, you fucked around for 8 years, and then you were like, I need to go offline for a little bit to go focus. I'll be back. Like, what do you mean? Also, did the elite group only get links to Victory with Ash, Chris says? Yeah, you see, this is the elite group within the elite group within the elite group. Right? This is what, our third or fourth round of elite groupness now? Because you're not lying. Like, let's break it down. So we had the survey, if you guys remember, covered it on my channel. The survey happened. And everyone was supposed to fill out the survey in order to get the link to Victory with Ash. So everyone filled out the survey. Then they were told, oh, no, wait. Now we have to actually like approve you based on your survey. So that's like a second round. And then after that happened, they were like, then you have to do the KYC and get approved via the KYC. So this elite group keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. Right? And the shitty thing is every single person that's applying for it has been here probably since 2018, sitting here waiting. You know, going, when does this start? You know, how many days of this? You have 8 years of waiting. Haven't we been through this before? Everything is deja vu here. turn things off to get things going. I know that's what we do. Just like how, when you update the website, you take it down off of the internet to update. I mean, that's just how things work, right? This is the brains that they're all supposed to trust. Isn't that worrisome? We can tell Chris has real IT experience. This is right out of the IT handbook. Yeah. They all do, very obviously.
And I can tell you personally, that gives me a strong sense of confidence, not only in Ash, but in this new way of operating, this new strategy.
Okay, well, sir, Ash would shit in his hand and hold it in front of you. And you would be like, oh my God, Ash, that is the most amazing thing that anyone has ever made. You are my shit king. Like, I cannot trust you and your gauge, because to you, everything that Ash does is absolutely amazing, the best thing in the world. And that's the issue here, isn't it? Is that these gurus that show up, they can do no wrong. And the second that someone can do absolutely no wrong, we've hit cult territory.
Strategy and this new level of discipline, because this is how something meaningful is built. And I believe we are now entering that phase. And before I pass it over to Julie, I want to say this. Last week, we did our first live. That was an update. This week is an update. And I asked you to concentrate on what we're telling you, because a lot of it is straight from Ash and it's the right message. So,
and I'm like, okay, again, what is the difference between the last update, this update, the ones before? They're all, don't worry, something is happening soon. Again, the only new information we have is that now it's allegedly by the end of this year, which, well, they've never promised that before, have they?
I tell people who ask me, is this true? Listen to what we're telling you from last week, from today until the future, because we're telling you the truth and we're giving you as much transparency as we can give you right now. On that note, I want to pass it over to my beautiful sister, Julie Nguyen. Julie, go for it.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, Susie. Hello, Mike. Good to see you, Mike. Hello, everyone. I want to take this moment to share some clarity around what is happening right now, especially regarding the current phase.
Julie, are you okay? If you need us to send you some help in your next video, wear a bright pink t-shirt. Okay? Because this feels like a hostage situation. I don't know what Julie Nguyen this is, but this is a scary one. I was scared watching this. I was like, what did they do to Julie? They turned her into a robot. She's become Al. Do we know which cities these bozos live in case the SEC lawyers ask so they can go after them? Yes, I do. I'm not going to announce it, but I do.
As we previously mentioned, Mr. Ash Mufareh has been in the process of selecting a number of individuals to be part of a smaller, more focused group. This group is being formed very carefully and very intentional. And I want to be very clear about something. This is absolutely not about who is more qualified or who deserves more than others. There are many and countless of individuals in our community who are capable, loyal, and fully deserving. This selection is simply based on purpose. It's about creating a manageable and focused group that can contribute to discussion, alignment, and help shaping how information will be communicated as we move forward. From what we understand, this purpose is now in its final stages. A number of individuals have already been selected, and the remaining portion is being reviewed and finalized, likely in the next few days. Once that is complete, Mr. Ash Mufareh will be conducting a.
And again, how is he finalizing that? Like, how are we don't even know how he's gauging this. Like, what does it mean to get accepted? What does that mean? Like, what traits must you have? Like, you know what I mean? We have no clue what is expected of anyone here, how they were to get accepted. It's like, fill out the KYC and hope for the best, everyone.
Private meeting with this group to share more concrete information about different aspects of what's coming. And from there will be alignment on what can be shared with a broader community. So this is structured, rolled out. Not everything at once, like we said before, but everything in the right order. And most importantly, everyone still has a fair opportunity moving forward. This is simply about communication, clarity, and building the right foundation. With that, I'd like to pass over to Mike Ellis. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for passing it over to me. You know, it really is a privilege to be able to come on and give the information that Ash has been sharing with us, to transfer to you all, to show you that we are moving forward in a major way.
And that's the thing that's supposed to trick you. This is designed to trick you. You are supposed to watch this video of them reading some script that Ash gave them, telling you that they have been on the phone with Ash the last few days planning stuff. According to them, most of them, especially Chris, he's been on the phone with Ash the whole time. How is that any different? You know what I mean? But you're supposed to watch this as a member of this thing and go, oh, wow, it must actually be happening now. Look at them, they're scripted, and Ash told them to all get together and come do an announcement to us. They're banking on you believing this. Do not believe this. This is bullshit. Nothing has changed. The SEC did not all of a sudden write Ash Mufareh a letter and say, you know what? Forget the 8-year director's bar. Go ahead with what you're doing now. It sounds great. That's what would have to happen in order for anything to happen here. And I assure you that's never going to happen. So don't fall for this. They are gaslighting you. They're trying to manipulate you with this. It's like, what, just because this is slightly scripted, now I'm supposed to fall for it? You should be insulted. You should be insulted right now. You should be like, my intelligence is insulted, and I'm kind of pissed off at all of you that you actually thought that you could come out here today, read this little message from Mr. Ash Mufareh, who still hasn't shown his face to us since October, couldn't even wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and that you think that I would be like, oh, okay, good, it's starting now. Go back to school, Mike. I don't think you understand moving or forward, right? Like, sort of thing. They just don't understand the definition of these words. I still can't figure out what this accomplishes. How does keeping them involved now help 8 years from now? It doesn't. It doesn't help. Because the thing is, even most of the people, even if they fell for this, and they were like, yes, please make me a part of this thing, nothing can happen for 8 years. So it would just be the same. That's my point. Like, nothing is going to be happening. You're just going to be doing the same thing, where you'll be sitting around and waiting. Ash is just praying that 8 years from now, he still has some of you. Literally still has some of you in 8 years. And he's trying to frame this as the ones that he's going to be left with are the chosen ones, so that he never has to explain how everybody left because they didn't want to wait around for 8 years. That's literally all this is. It's him trying to frame this for in the future if people are still there in 8 years. And then in his mind, he'll just start this back up again. And then those people will help him bring in more people. And that's why, unfortunately, now we're going to have to make sure that no one forgets about this for the next 8 years. You know, it's shitty, but there's going to be new people 8 years from now who will have never heard of this. And that's what he's hoping for as well. Right? It's like, why do they rebrand? Because it's a new name that hasn't been talked about yet. So they're hoping that people will go to Google the company and nothing pops up and they think it's brand new. Because unless you know what to look for oftentimes, and that's why we're all out here trying to spread awareness on how you look into these things. Like, that's why I did the BG Wealth video the way I did, to kind of walk you through how you figure these things out, to look into these companies before you invest in them. Because a lot of people don't really know. They just think, I'll go to Google, I'll Google the company name, or I'll Google the CEO name. And then, you know, if it doesn't pop up and tell me that he's in a scam or he's a bad person, then it's fine. And it's like, no, unfortunately, that's not enough anymore. That was great in the early 2000s, that worked. But they've been rebranding and you know, they'll sit around and wait for 8 years for a director's bar to run out. So unfortunately, you have to go and look into that. Some of them will even change their names. We've found CEOs that just changed their name, started going by something else. And then we realized, oh shit, this is actually this guy. And he has like a 10-year history of scamming. Like, it's constant out here with that, right? So in his mind, these people that are on my screen right now, they probably will still be there in 8 years, you know? And his whole thing is just grabbing onto anyone who he can. It's like a net. And he's just hoping that he'll catch some fish that will stay there the whole time. Don't be a fish. Swim away and just keep swimming. Because anything is better than this. I want the SEC to give Victory with Ash a pass just for comedic reasons. Oh, don't worry. The comedy writes itself no matter what happens here. That's why I guess we have fun doing this. Ash is not only incompetent, he's spineless as well. That's the thing that bothers me. I'm like, you come out here and talk to everyone. Write them a script and have them come out here and read it. And I'm like, guys, why are you doing his dirty work? Again, look at OneCoin. Don't be doing that. I tried to warn Chris and Marty at the start, if you remember, several years ago. I said, I know it looks like you want to position yourselves as the top people in this. And it sounds like a great idea when you first join. You're like, yes, I want to be the top MLM hun. But it's actually not a good thing. It's not good. Then you end up going down for the whole scam with the person that did it. And that's never explained to you when you join. Right? Why would they explain that to you? Then you wouldn't join. Hello, cool cat. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, they're never like, do you want to join my cult? Do you want to join my scam? You know, people are always like, well, everyone knows not to join a cult. Well, they don't ask you if you want to come join a cult. They say, come hang out in my community. And then all of a sudden, it's a few years later, and you're like, I'm not even controlling my own thoughts right now. What happened? That's the thing. It's usually a slow manipulation, so that you don't realize it's happening. If everyone realized it's happening, it wouldn't be an issue. Everyone would realize, they would wake up, they would leave on their own. That's the thing here. That's the thing about coercive control. It's control over you. You're not controlling yourself anymore. It takes away your autonomy. That's the point. And even when you pay attention, you know, and you think that you know about this stuff, you can still get manipulated. I get manipulated all the time. Pig hand waving. Finally, some time for this fun again. I'm glad. Rebranding is indeed a tactic employed by many NGOs in the UK to avoid historical accountability. Exactly. That's what they're doing. And this is just him trying to rebrand again and then hope that some of these people kind of like stick around. Because let's be real, we know these people are going to. And they're going to because, again, in this game, you find out eventually the only way to be quote unquote successful is by being one of these people at the top. You have to be the 1%. And the only way to do that is to join super duper early, position yourself in the pyramid at the very top. Because anyone joining after that is going underneath you. No matter what work you do, you'll never be able to surpass the people at the top. They climb as you climb. I know they all say, yeah, you can actually beat your upline, but you really can't. That's just an illusion. You know? Now, it's going to be at least 8 years. Unfortunately. And unfortunately, a lot of the people in this, you know, they're desperate. And especially now, you know, because they've been waiting around. And we've talked before about how in different cultures, having a guru is more accepted. And this is why, if you are religious, you need to be aware of manipulation tactics. And you need to keep critical thinking skills. And you need to maybe not follow just one guy that claims he's a guru. You know? Because unfortunately, it makes you more susceptible to situations like this, where someone like Ash Mufareh shows up and says he has all the answers, and you go, oh, okay. That's kind of the issue with that. That's my issue with beliefs and religious beliefs and stuff. So that if you are going to have them, you do have to be more aware that you may be more susceptible to falling in that way of thinking. Because you believe that that is a possibility. Where someone can appear to you and say, you know, Jesus sent me, and it's real. So I need you, even if you are religious, to, you know, kind of be aware of that. And not believe people like Mr. Ash Mufareh. You know, he's not a god. He's not a guru. He isn't someone that has the answers. He is a man that has a very long history of conning. Over 20-year history of conning. He's been conning since the 90s. Okay? And it's just the same con. Just rebranding. Even if you listen to what OnPassive was supposed to be, it was very much what he promised with Ashbacks, unfortunately. So everything's shit here.
And this is not the old. This is the new, totally new. And you really need to unpack the old and come into the new and stay there. You know, over the last month or so, I've had the opportunity to listen in on different conversations. And to say that I'm genuinely excited.
Like, they're so vague on different conversations. Like, about what, you know?
Really is an understatement. Not too many of you know. I don't share this with too many people. I haven't shared it with Susie or Chris or Julie, but I do talk to Mr. Mufareh occasionally. And as I've talked to him over the last month or so, you can't believe what's going on. I'll get to that in just a second. But the the whole method that he's using to move the business forward, it has completely changed. Yes, it's words, but it's mindset, it's approach, it's everything that goes in to building a business that has tremendous longevity. So when you think about get rid of it.
You guys remember the hype for OnPassive. You remember In It to Win It. Woohoo! Everything was so great. Everything was wonderful. It was the best thing that Mr. Ash Mufareh was ever making, or anyone else. Hey, Swami! And I mean, how do we beat that? This is the first time Mike has gotten to speak to Ash. True. I've never heard him say that before. It's true. But like, how are we going to beat that? What you mean to tell me is that this thing is even better than OnPassive? So how are you going to beat that kind of hype? Craziness. Crazy.
Guys, because it's gone. It's not out there. Mr. Mufareh is doing stuff you can't even imagine. What can I tell you about what Mr. Mufareh has said? I can tell you that we've talked about the business a little bit. We've talked about product a little bit. We've talked about
longevity, right? Even a baby only takes 9 months. Yeah, but listen, this is Ash Mufareh's baby. It has to take at least 18 years, okay?
The rollout a little bit. And although I can't get into the details with you right now, they are coming. Mr. Mufareh, there will come a day he's going to come out and he's going to say, run, just release the hounds, tell them everything. But today I'm here to tell you things are happening that
like they're trying to bait people with like this secret and the FOMO, the sunk cost fallacy, all of it, right? You know what I mean? Like, don't worry, guys. One day he'll come out here. He'll announce, release the hounds, tell them everything. So just don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. If all of us founders had known a clear time, we would have had some patience, no matter how much time it takes. We request our respected Ash Sir give us a little hint as to when it will happen. You're allowed to request that. The unfortunate thing is that it is not going to happen, and he is trying to lead you on and scam you. So unfortunately, you're not going to get an answer. He has an 8-year director's bar. So, it'd be at least 8 years. So, yeah, Ash won't give a time anymore because he got upset when he would give a deadline and then people held him to it. Literally, he came out here and said, I'm not going to give deadlines anymore because when I tell people that things are going to happen by Friday and Friday comes and goes and it doesn't happen, people get upset. And I was like, well, yeah. And he was all like, it's really crazy how they expect that. How they expect me to actually, meet a deadline that I promised them. How dare they? And that was straight up his reason why I wouldn't give them anymore. It was like, what the fuck, dude? That's how that works. And yeah, you owe it to them at that time if you keep promising. Like, what are you talking about? Yes, they're still at it. They're still at it. They really are. Yeah, no. And he does that. Like, he'll be like, oh, even technically with Victory with Ash, he said things would start happening by the end of March and that it wouldn't be months before, like, things would start getting added into the back. And that's why people are getting antsy again right now. Is because we're into April and they're like, what happened? When is this, like, education starting? Education was supposed to be going by now.
Will just blow your mind. Is it real? Oh yeah, it's real. It's realer than you can even imagine. And it's shaping up in a way that when you see it, you will not be disappointed. Things are going to be happening and you're just going to be doing your happy dance. You really do need to let go of the...
No commissions paid. Wasn't that part of the SEC reparations? No. The SEC told Ash Mufareh that he had to pay back the disgorgement fees, right? And then he also had to help them get some of the money back from overseas, basically that had been money laundered. Because they are being, in Dubai, they're being investigated for money laundering. And what happened is a bunch of those funds got frozen, which was technically their commissions, alleged commissions that they were supposed to get, right? That got frozen by like the Dubai police and the Bank of the UAE. They came in, they froze all of the accounts. So what that was the SEC is basically saying, when those accounts are unfrozen, you don't get to just take that money. You have to also then give us that money. Like part of what you owe comes from that. So it was basically, we understand that that money is like in an investigation right now. So we can't retrieve it. But when it can be retrieved, the deal is that you have to then do that. You can't be like, oh, well, fuck you guys, bye. Because of the rest of the stuff being paid off or whatever. He still owes from that as well. So that's what it was. Yeah, right. Is it real? No. No, it's not real. You know? The pool of victims is seemingly never ending. It's probably just much easier than we imagine to get caught out by this sort of thing. It is. It is. Being immune to the scam is a lie we tell ourselves, and it's a dangerous lie. It really is. It's true. You know? Rick Croatch thinks the SEC is going to get the money back from the vendors in Dubai Bank and give it back to Ash. No, it's kind of the other way around. Like Ash is going to end up getting money from Den, and then that he'll have to give some to the SEC, basically. That's what that is. And then the SEC is basically saying that once they collect all of the money, right, at the end, when they collect it all, then they will try to work out what is owed to who in terms of who paid into OnPassive. And at that point, usually what happens is they will do an announcement where they will say, we've collected the funds for this, and if you were owed funds in this scheme, then get a hold of us. Now, I don't know if it works out where, like, if all the funds are not taken, then they get to keep it or what. But basically, Ash is also hoping that he can stop people from collecting by keeping them here. And I keep trying to explain to people that if they stay here and just keep waiting for nothing, they might miss out on the opportunity later on down the line to maybe get something back. And the shitty part is it probably won't even be the whole 97. Because oftentimes in these cases, the way that works is it will get a percentage, and the whole thing is divvied out to everybody. And they usually go by like how many people. We know there's 800,000, so they'll like divide it by that. And then like it's basically like we're lucky if each person gets back like $47. You know what I mean? Like that's what it ends up working out to. There's been a case here or there where people have gotten back like 120, and it's been like they're buying. But for the most part, to be honest, you never do get your full buy-in. And this is why I say, like, although there's consumer protection, it could be a hell of a lot better. We could do a lot more. It's kind of shit. And that's why it's a lot better just to be educated on how to look into these things. If you are someone that's investing, learn how to really research these things before you invest in them. Don't be a part of any MLM or crypto scheming thing, you know, because if you are a part of one of these things and you become victim, the chances of you getting your money back is slim to none. And people lose everything in these. Like, luckily, this one, took a little bit less than some of the other ones we've covered from people. But, there's people out here that are like, I put my whole retirement savings into this. And they don't get that back. And it's just one of the shittiest parts about doing this. Also, the money Ash stole from you, he used a lot of it to pay lawyers. Your money is sadly gone. See, and that's why they're saying that they have to, like, that's why they said that he basically also had to get other money too, because they were like, you don't have it all. You're gonna have to collect a lot from overseas as well, sir, in order to. That's why when he was like, oh, I've paid everything off, I was like, I'm not really sure if you have. I'm feeling you're probably gonna need an extension. And they don't tell us that information. That's all. The SEC does all that stuff privately. Like, if you did get one, we wouldn't know. By the time any products are released, the rest of the industry will have far surpassed anything produced, right? The way that this technology over here goes. Most likely, if you get anything back, it'll be a few cents on a dollar. Yeah, like, it ends up being kind of shitty. Like, $47 US that's me being kind of optimistic. He owes me $600. I don't expect I'll see a penny, unfortunately. I'm owed money also. Lots of people are. I'm owed for months and months and months of promoting and marketing, even though it crashed, and I'm owed for the legal attacks I suffered. Well, if you did get legal attacks, and if you can't prove that, then you could have a case, Just saying.
Old, and just focus totally on the new. The impact that Mr. Mufareh is going to have on you and I is phenomenal. And the thing that drew me in the most was one little statement that Mr. Mufareh made. He will impact the market this year. We're not talking years. I don't even think we're talking months. Mr. Mufareh, he is rocking and rolling.
Every time they do this, I'm like, why? Why would you now promise a timeline? I thought you weren't doing the deadlines anymore. Now everyone's gonna be like, okay, by the end of this year, and I know, and you know that nothing's gonna happen by the end of this year, and then we're gonna be at the end of this year, and everyone's gonna say, why isn't anything happening? Mike Ellis said on April 10th that it was going to be at the end of the year, by the end of the year. And then they'll say, how dare you expect it to be by the end of the year? And then we just do it again the next year. And then we'll just do this for 8 years again. And the funny thing is, Ash Mufareh is literally thinking in his head, I already got them to wait 8 years. I bet you I could do it again. It'll be fine. They'll do it. They're all desperate. They're all desperate peasants. All waiting at my feet to kiss my toes. I'll just string them along for 8 years, and they'll all worship me the entire time. I won't even have to show my face. And then I'll get them all to buy in again, and just do OnPassive over again, and I'll be fucking rich. That's what he's thinking. And I need everybody to go, won't get me, asshole, and then go and live your lives. And be happy without this. Oh, this year? Oh, yeah. Can't wait. As Ash decided to see if he could make them wait another 8 years, he said, here, hold my beer. Exactly. It's just like, and I really need people to realize that they're better than this. All right, in 8 years, you could accomplish what this man is promising you. He will start to teach you to accomplish. All right? Like, you will have accomplished what he's promising you within this 8 years. If you just put your mind to it in your real life and go do stuff. All right, I promise you, you could learn any skill within 8 years that could help you live a better life. I learn new skills every year that help me live a better life. All right? I promise you, you can do it. By the time that this thing even starts, you will have accomplished 3 times what anyone here would have accomplished. I can almost guarantee it, okay? And this is my issue, is it puts people's lives in a standstill. Because people are just sitting here waiting. It's like being in a doomsday cult. Like literally, that's literally what it's like. And everyone's waiting for doomsday, and nobody can live an actual life because they're all prepping for doomsday. Right? You can't actually live and experience and have a nice quality of life because everything is about the doomsday coming. And then the doomsday comes and nothing happens. The rapture does not occur. You know, we just did rapture talk. You saw what happened. I covered it. If you didn't see, I covered it. You can go watch. Okay? And then everyone is like, oh my God, Jesus didn't pick me. And it's like, no, it's just, you're waiting for nothing. That's what we're doing here. Don't do that. It's a waste of your life, and it's a waste of your time. You're better than that. You deserve a good, fulfilling life where you are happy and where, yeah, you get to learn and grow and be all of the things that you want to be and find a community that isn't a cult, a healthy community that empowers you and encourages you to continue to grow and learn and be who you want to be. You can do that. But not if you're stuck in something like this, because this will take you away from doing that and then basically just fills your mind with just this. And it's like running on a hamster wheel. You never get anywhere. All right? It's like going to fake therapy or something. There's just no point. Why do that? Why do better help when you can get a real therapist? You know? Wait, these four idiots are going to return and Avengers Doomsday. You know what I mean? See, that's the thing, is that they will have to buy in again. If this thing does last 8 years, that these people are still sitting here, he's going to be like, all right, now the buy-in's going to be like, and then I'm going to have a full-on aneurysm. That might be what actually kills me. That will be what actually murders me. Is when that happens.
Getting it done.
Talked
about Mr. Mufareh disappearing. Oh no. Mr. Mufareh, he's working like a dog. When he's ready to come out, he's going to come out. He's going to shock you all.
Straight all the motherhound dog. Okay. Again, how do we know? Because he says so. Oh, I'm working like a dog. I've had a hell of a week. I haven't done one thing of work this whole week, but I just told you I was working like that. See how that works?
This is going to be so exciting for each and every one of us. I'm probably going a little bit too long here, but when I start to think about Mr. Mufareh, when I start to think about the business, when I start to think about what he's doing, all of a sudden, my day just changes. And whether it's gray outside, the sun comes out and things are looking pretty. So, guys, listen to what we're saying, listen to what Susie said, listen to what Chris said, listen to what Julie's had to say, and then get ready because the information is going to be coming. I wish I could share more with you today. You would not sleep for a week. I could pick one talk. I could pick traffic. We could talk about traffic for a week. You would not sleep for the next week. It is amazing what he is doing. I'll end it there. I'm going to turn it back over to Susie. It's great talking to everybody. Get ready. Your life's about to change. Go ahead, Susie.
Well, wow. Mike, that kind of wrapped things up. Thank you. Thank you, Chris, Julie, Mike, for being here. Like we all said, share this with other people. Listen to what was said here. And we are going to be in touch very, very soon. So have a great day, everyone. And thanks again for all your support. And Ash appreciates.
That was it. Yep. That was it. Don't worry, guys. We'll be by the end of the year. I was just working really hard behind the scenes. Here's a scripted letter he told us to read. Keep waiting. Coming soon. A scam near you. So that was them announcing the next phase again, as I suspected. It was very much just their last stream over again. you know, I'm not shocked. I'm just shocked at how short it was. To be honest with you, I thought that they were going to at least give it a little bit more. But maybe Ash is really like, you guys really have to stick to the script. For all we know, maybe he has gotten in trouble for promoting something. And maybe his lawyers are like, listen, people are out here talking. To get them all to stop. All right, that queen lady, she keeps streaming saying that you're promoting things and that people are promoting things for you. What are you doing? Stop that. So he's like, stick to this script. Still really culty, still hate everything about it. Absolutely nothing concrete was said. Nothing. Like, because I can't even hold them to the by the end of the year. Like, I'm like, don't believe them with that. That's, you know, that's the only new bit of information that we got, if you could call it that. Working like a dog to steal your money. Yeah. Always working. But nothing ever gets, always working. Nothing ever gets done. And then there's nothing to ever show for. You know? He's the only man that could work for 8 years and produce nothing. Just like he could talk for 8 hours and say nothing. It's amazing. He should really teach courses in that. I mean, that is his strong suit. That is his talent. They mentioned the end of the year, but they didn't mention which year. Bum, 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 bum. That's right. It'll be like 3033. Because it starts, it would have started in August of 2025, right? The clock for the 8 year. So, you know, August this year, then it's 7 more years. So it's like, clock is ticking, but not quickly. Nothing but lies, as it always is. Short on time, short on detail. Keep racing for the carrot. Exactly. Completely underwhelming, no news as usual. 11 minutes too. They're doing it shorter. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're having a contest to see if they could do shorter and shorter webinars until eventually each of them comes on, talks for 10 seconds, and then that's it. And we're left with 40 seconds. Would you like some fries with that nothing burger? I would actually. The end of 2030. No, it would have to probably be longer than that. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. Want to stay with Mr. Ash until the very end. Well, you'll be staying there, and it will probably be the very end of your life that you'll still be waiting if you stay with Mr. Ash. You know, I can't force you to leave and go live a better life, a good life. I can only advise you what I think and show you the evidence that this man is leading you astray, and then hope that you follow. After that, it's up to you. You choose to go and invest with him, then you choose to go and invest with him. All I ask is that, like the last batch of people that went and invested with him, and then it didn't work out, just don't come yell at me when it doesn't work out. Because that's what happened to myself in the Recovering Huntbot when it didn't work out with OnPassive and it got shut down. It is a bunch of you showed up on our channels to be like, how come this thing got shut down and this man scared me and and we were kind of like, well, I mean, we were here trying to tell you. I don't really know what you're mad at me for that. Maybe take it up with him. And they were like, no, you need to go and talk to him about it. And I was like, he didn't take my money. Like, I did. I went on a live stream and yelled at him about it already. What more do you want me to do? The SEC shut it down. Like, what do you mean? You know, what do you want us to do? That's all we can do. That's why we're out here. We try to spread awareness, share our videos, comment under our stuff, you know, like them, help them get into the algorithm. But that's all we can do. After that, it's up to you. If you watch our stuff and you go, oh, well, I'm still going to go and invest. Oh, well, I'll still go join MLMs. That's not on us. That's on you. Then you have to sit with that and blame them. Go after them. Don't get mad at the anti-MLM community. We try to tell you the whole time. You know? Just say it. That's all I ask. Don't come yell at us. We tried to tell you. I've been here the whole time going, don't join that victory with Ash thing. So if you join it, I try. Found her, I don't even know her. That's right. Can't wait for the I told you so moment. I feel like we've had a bunch of them. I'm just saying, we've had a few moments where it's been like, I told you so. We said that. Like when they were like, we have data centers. And we were like, no, you use Amazon. And they were like, no, we have data centers. So then Ash had to come out and be like, so the website got shut down because we own Amazon. We were like, dun dun dun. You know? How many times do you have to be right about something and someone? Or people just realize that maybe you're just right about something. I'm wondering, seriously, tell me, how many times does it take? For you personally, tell me in the comments down below. So, I've had a crazy, crazy week. I've been changing medications. I tried to go off of my quetiapine, cold turkey, because my doctor said that would be a great idea. After about a week, I broke out in hives. Spoiler, not a great idea. So I am now tapering, but off of a lot less than what I was on before. So I guess it still was a really good thing at the end of the day. But I am feeling kind of out of whack still. It's been about a week, and I am this a little bit woo right now, if you can't tell. So no, there is not going to be a Friday tonight. This is Friday. Happy Friday, my Sayers and A. I wasn't even sure if I would be able to do this today. But like I said, luckily for the past couple days, I have not been breaking out knives. And I have been pretty decent. But I'm still like a little tired, and I'm still getting some headaches. And I just do not feel up for the Friday stream tonight because it takes a lot of me being present, and I just don't think my mind will fully be able to be present. It's a little bit different than just ranting at a live stream. So unfortunately, there will not be a Friday. I apologize. There will be a Friday next week. I will definitely be good to go by then. So thank you everyone for coming and hanging out with me today. I should be back to my normal self. Rest a lot over the weekend. I just basically have to catch up on sleep because I haven't been sleeping the greatest this last week. You know, so now I gotta go catch up on some sleep, and then I should be good to go for next week, and feeling more like myself, as my new medication that I am on has been working beautifully, despite me having problems getting off of the other one. I'm having a great time, you know? But because of that, I do have to take care of myself and my mentals before I can come on here and be present with all of you, as you know. And so I am going to take the weekend, and then I will see you all for Monday. I have gone on Danny's channel a couple times this week, made like a little appearance while I was feeling and looking like shit. So if you want to see what I look like when I am all sick and look like shit, you can go and check that out. We have been exposing BG Wealth Sharing Group. So I will be on here to talk about that, and Forever Living, stopping their MLM program in the US. And that will all be coming next week. So stay tuned for that. I hope that you all have a fabulous, wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you, Mark B, for the super sticker. I love you. So thank you. Thank you very much. How dare you take care of yourself? Yes, thank you, Violet, as well, for sharing the court listener. Thank you. Thank you very much. Go and check that out if you need any information on the OnPassive versus SEC case. There it all is. You can go, you can read it, you can get it translated on your browser into your language. If you are not English speaking, We do have people that have been speaking out that are not English speaking as well. So do go and check them out. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful, amazing rest of your weekend. You know, take some self-care tomorrow. I'll probably post something about self-care tomorrow on my community tab. And community tab posts should be ready to go also next week. So don't worry, come Monday, everything should be back to normal. I love all of your faces. Like always, I'm in it to win it.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. It's after cold.
Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want. Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy and talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.